see you come in. You might be wondering, what am I doing? That's a good question. So, despite having unsuccessfully made many ears, there may be a montage of all the failed attempts at making ears. I've decided I'm gonna quit my job and run an ear shop and do a YouTube channel. Except for the part where I quit my job. I actually haven't done that. I am going to be moving to Florida. I've talked about it in a few of my past videos before. But I am planning to move to Florida. And I think I do have some leftover fabric just from other ears that I've tried to make in the past. So I think what I might do is just try and try and make some ears out of those, and potentially try and start an Etsy shop with that over the stuff that really does not want to be ironed. So I'm probably going to do something that is ill-advisable. However, in the name of making ears, you gotta do what you gotta do. Look at that. You can barely even see the crease anymore. My mother does not own a real like iron, I guess. I want to call it something else, like something else iron. Clothing iron, I guess. Much to the testament of both my maternal and paternal grandmothers. They both don't fly with that. They don't like the steamer thing. And I can see why. You can't really press those out. I'm also definitely going to need to go back in with this over this black fabric and get the cat and dog hair off, because it's pretty bad. Other than that, that's basically all I have right now. Also, I should also mention, I have no idea what pattern I'm doing. I have a couple ideas and I'll go over them in a second. So I had already cut out this entire one and I thought I was filming, and it turns out I was not. So basically what the idea is that you want to go onto the internet and print off a Mickey Mouse ear template. Honestly, I only ever use one. I already cut it out. We're moving on. Basically what I'm going to do is, what I'm going to do is do this, and I'm going to put it over this black fabric. So yeah, I'm going to put this over this black fabric. And it creates an effect like this. There we go. It creates an effect like that. Really pretty. Yeah, so as I was saying before, I would do a little bit of a tour. These are probably the best mini ears I've ever made. They came out really, really well. Most people would say that you should use a fabric pencil, and I do have a fabric pencil somewhere, but I say that the easiest thing, if you're not going out to the craft store, or I feel like something that most people have, is if you have one of these like metallic Sharpies. This one's just the gray one. I find that this works best because honestly, you're going to be flipping it inside out anyway, and it doesn't really matter. So now what you're just going to do is just trace this. I don't want to have to cut out the bottom again because it really, really doesn't matter, even though these ends are frayed here. And you can also pin this down. I usually do that, and I don't know why I didn't do it this time. Kind of forgot, but the next one that I do, I'll definitely pin it down because it really helps me. I'm someone who, God, I can't draw a correct or straight line to save my life. So it's kind of like, why are you trying to do a Etsy shop, Audrey? Obviously, this is not a very unique or different or new video or anything. But yeah, basically that's what this will look like now. I was just going to start cutting this out. So it sounds like it's exactly what it sounds like. You just start cutting. think my mom and dad might kill me because we are supposed to show the house on Friday or on Saturday. It's Monday, so I got a bit of time, but I think that if they knew I was doing this, especially my dad, I think he might kill me. So yeah, so there's that. Obviously you can still see this, and this is where if it was really important you would use the sewing one, but like I said, this is, you're not going to see this at all, because first of all it's going to go this way, and then also it's going to, that part's going to be completely sewn up, so you won't even be able to see it at all. So now you just need to repeat that 3 more times, because obviously you're going to have 2 ears with 2 sides. Okay, so now we're going to repeat the exact same process of cutting 4 of these out, but my number 1 tip is if you're buying just basic fabric and you're just making them for yourself just for fun, I'm not trying to start like a shop or anything, buy fat quarters. So yeah, so just buy fat quarters. You can get them at Walmart. You can also get them at Joann's. They're really cheap. The only problem is that they kind of have basic patterns and colors, and if there is like a specific special one that you want to use, such as like this fabric, or you want to go look and see what kind of fancier ones that they have, if you go to Joann's, the least amount that you can buy is a 1/4 of a yard, and so this is a 1/4 of a yard. It's really, really long. It goes all the way this way, but it's enough that I can put an entire template on it, but I will start cutting now. Also, because this is such a sheer fabric, I am going to put this underneath it. I can't buy any more of this fabric because it is discontinued. I bought this fabric probably back in 2018, 2017 maybe, 2016 even, I'm not sure when exactly I bought it. And I've actually already decided that for this one, probably any color would do, but I am just going to go with black. I couldn't find a normal size black one, so we're going to do this monstrosity, but that'll just show up a bit nicer. And see, this is why you do that, because that would have been on my rug, which my parents would not have appreciated. You can tell where it's hard for me to cut because that's where the thicker beads are, and it's also where the where they come together. Hopefully the angle didn't change too much. So basically what happened was my SD card ran out. It's probably going to run out a few more times. But I was just going to talk about how we're going to do the next part. So I have one ear completely constructed. I'm still not sure what I want to do, but to give you an idea of like what I'm doing, basically you want the 2 good sides together, like so, for both of them, and then counterintuitively, I mean obviously this is pretty basic sewing stuff, so if you've ever done any sewing you'll know this, but basically what we're going to do is sandwich these 2 together. And then for this I'm actually going to use a few more pins just because I don't want this to come undone or anything. And there we go, we have 1 ear. If I don't decide to keep them selfishly, because I like them, although I do already have a pair with this material, but if I don't decide to to put this. This will probably be the first ears in my shop, so that'll be really fun. The shop is going to be called Ears by Audrey, tentatively. So far that's the name. I know that an earlier shot got cut off when I was saying that if you ever see me struggling to cut things, it's because I'm going over a really thick sequin. I'm not sure if you can see that with me. Yeah, so you can kind of see there, that's like one of the thicker sequins. So yeah, but other than that, that side is ready, and what I'll just do now off camera again is do this. Okay, so as you can see, these have these thick sparkles, so we'll see how this goes. I do have extra needles. This is in no way, shape, or form meant to be a tutorial on how to use a sewing machine, but I am very quickly just going to sew these suckers up. Everything is already threaded and everything. Like I said, not a tutorial on how to use a sewing machine. I definitely don't know what I'm doing. That is an understatement. And I just have black string. I'm not the best at sewing, so usually I don't like to use exactly the same color string, but you know, it's what I have at the moment. So with this, I like to skip this part of it. I'm not sure exactly. So I like to skip this part and just start up here a little bit. This way I can have this little gap open for stuffing. And then I'm going to try maybe cutting it off this time because I didn't like what it did last time. Bug landed on me. And I just try and keep it like try and keep the presser foot aligned to this, although I like to keep the edge of the presser foot aligned to it because I want to make as big an ear as possible because I actually like my ears. Come on, go away, bug. As there's a bug right on the presser foot. Okay, we're gonna go for a wild ride. Oh, and I already messed up because I forgot to do a back stitch. Like I said, I was worried about those sequins, but they seem to be doing okay. Okay, so as you can see, we have a major fail here. So these never got sewed, so it looks like the thread went straight through and I was actually not even aligning these. So major fail there. I'm gonna go get my seam ripper and rip out that seam. Okay, so we're gonna try this one more time. So I just seam ripped the other thing and now I'm so they were a little uneven, and so what I'm doing now is just first of all making sure to try and, you know, hold it pretty tighter, and also I'm doing it on the side that has like a little bit less like fabric from where it was uneven. Okay, so as you can see, it kind of did it again, but it looks like the more important ones are done. So I'm just going to quickly sew this part up. So now for this one, I'm just going to carefully, hopefully, come on. I believe in you. Okay, I don't have time for it to decide to want to do that. And then we have this. So you can see it's a little lopsided. So what I'm gonna do is really quickly before the battery dies, you just take some sort of pen or blunt object, really could be anything, and you'll just stick it in there and kind of force those edges down. Oh shoot, as you can see, there are more than one hole. I didn't realize. Okay, so despite any promises I made in the beginning of this video, it has been a full week. You can tell by the state of my nails. In that week, I somehow lost my tripod. It's a whole thing. Basically, in the week, we've put our house up for sale and sold our house. It's been a wild week. I am now going to attach my ears to here, and I did a little bit of a test shot and found that I was able to do that. And basically what I'm gonna do is a little bit of a wrapping motion. So I will, so you can see it, wrap this around here, and then I'm gonna hot glue it here, and then this one I will cut and hot glue to the bottom, so that way I don't have any hot glue showing up on the sides, which is things that have happened in previous ones of these that I have done. And then I'll pick whichever side looks better and make that the front. I'm talking so much more with my hand. Yeah, so like with the placement of the ears, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. I'm gonna say that this looks pretty good and just do that. So I'm usually a very big fan of hot glue because I don't really like sewing. I know some people prefer to sew because the hot glue does, and it really does. Hot glue really does make a mess. And the other thing is, since I'm using 2 layers of fabric, I'm going to use 2 layers of glue, which means, yeah, I'm for sure going to burn myself. And I'm for sure going to get hot glue everywhere because this is really a thin mesh-like fabric. You're probably not going to be able to see really well, but yeah, the hot glue definitely does push out, which is why I'm putting it on the bottom of the headband. And so now, as you can see, there's a little bit of excess, and I'm just going to snip that off. It doesn't need to be even or straight or anything like that. You just need enough fabric to be able to hot glue it. I'm using a very, very low heat hot glue gun. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't suggest straight up just sticking your hand into fresh hot glue. If you're actually able to see where I wrote on that, so I'm just going to clip it off. You can actually see the Sharpie marks on there. You can actually also see it on this side. Oh no, that's actually just the black fabric. I don't think that you'll be able to see that really, but I am going to make sure that this edge does get fully glued down. I'm sure that you all know how to use hot glue, and if you don't, it really isn't that hard. I taught myself how to use hot glue at the young age of probably 18. But yeah, so now this is what the bottom of my headband looks like, and I will just repeat the same for the other side. Now may be a good time to decide which side is the correct side, so that I can make the other side. Yeah, I think I'm going to make these be the two right sides. So, and then I will just add this one real quick off camera. So here is where I'm at with the ears. I have the ears are on there. I knew before they weren't perfectly symmetrical or anything. I do wish I had taken better care to like place the ears where exactly I wanted them. However, they're on now. And I think that this one's kind of in the right spot, but this one I wish was a little bit over a little bit more, but I'm not going to redo it again. So to make my ribbon, I think this is the nicest way to make a ribbon, but like even I don't like the sewed ones. I just think that they don't look good. That's just my personal opinion. Before I even get started with anything else, you fold the ribbon in half, like I said, hot dog style, and yeah, you do this. And clearly this is something that you're probably going to want parental supervision if you are a youngin, for this entire thing. But yeah, you want to keep it like very close, and what you're getting is this sort of like V shape. And now to replicate that on the other side, you're gonna do the exact same thing, but this time you're going to trace it, and honestly you could get out a pen and do this, but I find it's just easiest just to snip. And I know that I said start from the middle and go in and go down, but you can also start from the edge and go up, which is actually what I think I'm going to do, because this fabric is not wanting to work with me. This ribbon is not wanting to be my friend today, and it's not wanting to stay together. So just the important thing is making sure that the actual one that you're cutting is staying together, and then you can just kind of cut. So as you can see, you have two V's that for the most part they're a little bit off. I can see, but you're not going to be able to tell when you're wearing it that match up. And now this is the important part. Grab a lighter and very quickly and lightly run the flame over the edge. This just keeps it from pilling. I say as I just now pilled it. Didn't get the fire enough. But if you do it too much, it's already started to happen on this. It will begin to kind of bend a little bit. Just do that to both sides, and of course being careful. I probably didn't have my hand far away enough just now when I did that. I didn't get burnt or anything, obviously, but can never be careful enough. Like I said, if you are someone younger, please ask a parent or guardian to help you out with these parts with the hot glue gun and with the fire if you are under the age of 35. I am, of course, under the age of 35. If you're, but seriously, if you're under the age of, probably I'd say like 15. I don't know. If your parents let you use hot glue guns, then you can use hot glue guns. So what you actually want to do is you want this, and you want to meet up here. That's what it was. I always forget how to make this. I will link the video that I always look at, but now I'll be able to find it much easier because it'll just be on the channel, like a tutorial on how to do it. And now what you do is you just kind of slide this out and this down. voila. Now you have a bow like this. And I completely forgot to trim my little extra piece. I have this trim here, very 1920s, which is kind of the theme that I'm going for. I'm going to cut off probably more than I need. I really only need a very, very small amount. That was not a perfect cut, as you can tell, but that'll probably be the back. And the main reason that I'm doing this is because I just need to have something to close this up with. You can do it on the bottom of the bow or the back. It doesn't really matter. I prefer to try and get the bottom or the bottom back-ish area. Actually, that turned out to be a really good amount of the ribbon. So now I will just dab some hot glue, and then yeah, you just have this really pretty, super shiny, beautiful bow. And there you have it. It will still be a little bit movable, but it'll be okay. And now I'm just going to stick it onto here. And I think that actually fixes a lot of the problems that I had with the ear shape in general. And yeah, I just stuck it on there, and I'm going to try and get some of this glue out in a way that isn't going to get it on the actual bow. And ta-da, there's my ears. I think a bow can do a lot to hide any imperfections in an ear. Obviously, if you're buying from an ear shop, you're not going to want to see imperfections. But if you're making your own ears and it's just for yourself or just as a gift, I think they're a really good gift to give any of your Disney loving friends. If you're in the DCP, I think this is a really fun, you know, DCP roommate gift, things like that. I think that this is a really great gift, and I will insert a couple of photos of me wearing these beauts. Yeah, that's the other thing, is make sure to, so the real last step is make sure that all of the little like hot glue pulls are taken care of. But yeah, so these are really great. I think I'll get much more use out of these than the hat that I had, just because I feel like I never want to take photos in that because it does a nice shadow over my face. Hi everyone, this is Audrey from editing. So I just wanted to say thank you much for watching this video. Here's a few close-up shots of the ears. I'm sorry that they're a little bit weird, but I tried to get it from the front and from the back so you can see what they look like. They're not perfectly symmetrical, which I think I've already mentioned in other parts of the video, but thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will stick around and watch some more of my videos. I'm hoping to do a few more things and get back really into the swing of it. But please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more Disney content. And please like and comment as well on the video, just because everything helps, especially when you're such a small channel. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!